Hi everybody, my name's Adam Cleary, and who here has used plastic today? Who here has recycled that plastic? That's great. And the lack of recycling has really helped to contribute to the pollution that's plaguing the planet today. According to National Geographic, last year, only a fifth of used plastics actually get recycled. Overall, our planet is being negatively affected by this high amount of pollution. Let me show you guys a couple examples of what these effects are. So through the oceans, there are multiple trash islands created out of garbage that's just found its way into the water. The most well known is the Great Pacific Patch, which is about 3 times the size of France, according to CNN in 2018. And there are others throughout the North Atlantic, the South Pacific, and there's a fair number around Honduras. According to ThoughtCo's 2018 article, Trash Islands, these islands often cause injury to sea creatures and harm delicate ecosystems. A lot of the plastics come from discarded fishing nets, discarded fishing line, and while the most well-known of what's harming the creatures is what harms the turtles, be it straws or plastic bags, it's harming a lot of what's actually out in the marine life. And they're only growing. As of last year, National Geographic concluded that 88 billion pounds of plastic enter the ocean every year. However, oceans are far from the only environment affected. If we look towards the sky, we'll see a bunch of air pollution, which is most easily noticed as smog. Smog is the combination of smoke and fog, or fog and some other air pollutant. As CNN reported in 2015, a man in China vacuumed the air in Beijing for 100 days, and he can be seen here holding the brick that he created out of the particles that he sucked up out of the air. In many countries that are affected by high amounts of air pollution, such as China or India, you'll see a lot of people walking around with facial protection and air masks to prevent how much they're breathing in. With that said, the fact that people are willing to take these steps to protect themselves from pollution, it obviously has some negative effects on humans as well, right? Well, it does take its toll on us, just as it does the environment. Multiple health problems are caused by the trash that is thrown out to the wild. For example, with water pollution, there often comes heavy leads, mercury, pesticides often find their way into rivers, streams, and eventually into the ocean. And these can cause a variety of diseases. A couple of them include Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. You can get mercury poisoning just from drinking water or eating fish because they've lived out there. And a lot of them ultimately result in death. Air pollution isn't without its problems either, because air pollution increases the chances of someone getting asthma or making their asthma worse. A lot of air pollutants are carcinogenics, so it increases your chance of getting cancer. And acid rain is an effect caused by air pollution. And with acid rain, when it rains, it can destroy or poison crops. And if it destroys it, then the people who are relying on it go hungry. And if it just poisons it, then that poison makes its way back to our plate, and it works its way through our system, and it can really harm the human environment. There are other types of pollution that I didn't mention so far, including noise pollution, which can cause insomnia. It can cause hearing problems and paranoia. There's light pollution, which it can actually be seen in growing towns like Aberdeen, how it's when the sky is dark with night, it's not dark over the city because everything's still on and it's just polluting the air like that. It can cause sleeping disorders, it can disrupt melatonin production, and it can actually increase tumor growth rates. And then there's land pollution, which is often more noticed than anything else. That's the trash that you see on the sides, but it accumulates in landfills, and it can cause similar issues to water pollution because it harms land life. It can find its way into the ocean and join the trash islands through the currents, and it's just bad in general. That can also seep into the farmland and destroy livelihoods and send poisons our way. In short, pollution has really changed our planet's landscape. Overall, pollution is causing giant islands of trash to form in the oceans, air to be unsafe, and many diseases to spread through humans. Often these things aren't seen in quite the scale that they are, and I hope that this speech has established what pollution is truly doing to not only the world, but to its inhabitants, including humans. Are there any questions? Yeah.
How many trash islands are there?
Well, science, it's hard for science to figure out how many islands there are just because the islands differ in how dense they are. And if you've got a small trail of trash leading from one to another, is it considered one or is it considered two with a little bit of a connection? There are a lot out there though, despite that. Of course, not any bigger than the Great Pacific Patch, but for example, the ones around Honduras, there's many of them because trash just seeps out into the ocean. And while they're small, they're still there and prevalent. Are there any others? Well, if there are no more questions, I'd like to say thank you for coming.